From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. Hope you had an awesome start to the new work week. Our weather continues to be fairly dry throughout the rest of the work week, but in spite of that, temperatures staying fairly normal for the early to middle portions of February, but the active weather will return as we head into this weekend. This cloud base this morning in the Kittitas Valley is sinking like a rock right now, so just know in the Kittitas Valley we could have some areas of especially dense fog. That would be freezing fog, so the temperatures this morning in the valley are below freezing. Also tracking the fog for the Cascades and for the Blues. And to my point, 26 for Ellensburg, it's 19 for White Pass, 30 for the Tri-Cities, and a good deal warmer for Walla Walla as we're sitting at 38 degrees. Here's your hourly forecast for this Tuesday for the Tri-Cities. Highs getting up around 50 degrees. Once again, not as mild as yesterday and not as much sunshine as yesterday, but still a pleasant Tuesday out there, partly to most cloudy skies, highs getting into the 40s and 50s. And these temperatures going to stick around for the long haul, it seems like. We'll talk about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, today's the day. Just a few more hours to get your ballots in and votes counted. This morning we're breaking down what voters could see on their ballots and why some measures could pass or fail by just a handful of votes.
And a teenager accused in a deadly Pasco crash makes his first court appearance. This is investigators continue reviewing the police chase that led to the collision. And this morning we're taking you inside that courtroom.
And two Central Washington highways, years of deadly crashes, and now a new push in Olympia. Coming up, how lawmakers hope to make some of the region's most dangerous roads safer. It's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Tuesday, February 10th. Making our way through the week.
That's right. We have a lot of news to get to, and we do want to start off with the crime alert. This is the man who's accused in a suspected drunk driving crash in Pasco from Friday night made his first court appearance in court just yesterday.
Yeah, authorities telling us that 18-year-old Pedro Ruiz refused to stop for Pasco police when he drove onto Interstate 182 and then crashed head-on into a car that was being driven by 57-year-old Maria Mendoza of Grandview. And Mendoza passed away at the scene.
A Pasco police officer suspected Ruiz of driving under the influence and was pursuing him at the time of the crash. Washington State Patrol says crashes like this show how quickly pursuits can turn dangerous, especially if impairment is a factor.
Impaired driving continues to be one of the biggest issues in our state and in other states. It's involved in over 50% of fatal collisions that we investigate. It's 100% preventable. It is 100% preventable.
Troopers say officers consistently weigh those risks during a pursuit, considering traffic, road conditions, and the threat that the suspect poses to other drivers on the road.
The crash remains under investigation, and Ruiz's next court date is February 12th.
6:03 and continuing coverage, Franklin County commissioners and the sheriff are clashing over guns at the county courthouse. It's a debate that's been fueled by a recent death threat and court security rules and a decades-old tragedy. Now the dispute centers on whether county employees and elected officials with concealed carry permits can bring weapons into the building. Commissioners want the right to protect themselves after Commissioner Stephen Bowman received death threats. Well, the sheriff says Superior Court judges have authority over courthouse security, and current rules allow only law enforcement and private security to carry weapons inside.
We enforce the law. The law says there's an RCW 90-41-300 that outlines that. There's a 2012 court order by the judges that outlines who's in charge and who does those type of things, but we enforce the law.
So after that 2024 threat, Baumann asked Superior Court judges for permission to carry his gun inside the courthouse. The judges denying his request, and last week commissioners voted to repeal a county ordinance supporting the court's weapon ban, but the move does not override judicial authority.
Looking ahead today, Pasco voters will decide whether the city should join the Mid-Columbia Library system.
Supporters say annexation could expand services and stabilize funding, while others are still weighing the cost.
It's not a matter of if, we will have to cut services.
Pasco residents head to the polls on Tuesday for a decision that could change how library services are run in the city. The ballot asking voters whether Pasco should annex into the Mid-Columbia Libraries system. It's a regional network that serves communities across Benton and Franklin counties. Kennewick and Richland are already in the system.
We're just trying to create some regional parity, if you will.
City leaders like Councilman Leo Perales tells me that joining the district could mean more resources, longer-term funding stability, and access to a larger collection of books, programs, and digital services.
It's only about $90, $100 a year in an increase in property taxes. And with that, we can shift this money and hopefully not have to raise taxes other places.
Perales says the move would help keep the library system sustainable as Pasco continues to grow.
This isn't new money. We're just going to literally shift this money to pay for some of the bread and butter issues and services that we have at the city. So, that's one thing I want to make sure people know, that we're not raising your property taxes to go spend more money. No, we're living within our budget. We're going to try and live within our means.
If approved, Pasco would become part of the Mid-Columbia Libraries District, with funding coming through a property tax structure used by other member cities. Supporters say that means more consistent support for programs like story times, homework help, and community events. But not everyone is on board. One Pasco voter, Connie Anderson, told me Monday that she's voting no, saying the city already faces a multi-million-dollar budget shortfall, and she doesn't want library funding shifted to residents through a new property tax. If you were a betting man, do you think this will pass?
I think it will. It's a growing community. You got to have your parks, you got to have your entertainment, and you got to have your education. And that's a really big part of our community is the Mid-Columbia Libraries. They've been a great partner. And so, I wouldn't hate for us to even walk away from the district.
Well, if you are planning to make your voice heard in the special election, of course, tonight is that deadline.
And local election officials say many of the measures focus on education. So this one in Yakima County features 9 measures across 7 school districts, including 2 questions in West Valley and a Natchez Park issue.
And in Benton County, voters are deciding on propositions for the Kennewick, Richland, and Grandview school districts. And so far, about 20% of the nearly 120,000 ballots in Benton County have been returned.
Yakima County is reporting about a 20% return on its roughly 45,000 ballots. And officials say these elections often come down to just a few hundred votes.
I mean, just think recently, Yakima City had a tax question, a levy question in front of the voters that barely did not pass, and look at all of the energy and concern that's come out since then. So oftentimes these elections in particular come down to just a few hundred votes, many times even less than that, whether they're passing or failing.
So again, if you haven't mailed your ballot back already, get it into a ballot drop box by 8 p.m. tonight. The election then set to be certified by the 20th.
6:08, and 2 of our area's most high-risk roads could be getting some safety upgrades, with a new bill set to advance to the Washington State House floor.
Upper Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us about House Bill 2174 and what it'll take to get it to the governor's desk.
For years, Central Washington residents have been voicing their concerns over this stretch of State Route 395 just north of Pasco, and this 10-mile piece of Highway 12 over the Wallula Gap. These 2 roads are some of the most dangerous in Central Washington, especially this section of State Route 395, where more than 10 people have died in crashes since 2020. And with new bills in the Washington State House and Senate, residents' concerns may finally be getting addressed.
They need help, long-term help, but they want immediate fixes, which gave me the idea to create what we called originally the accident risk zone, which has now been changed to a substitute bill, crash prevention zone.
Representative Clicker introduced the House version of this bill, House Bill 2174. He says the legislation would add a $73 fee to any speeding or crash fines given out in each zone, which would then fund an engineering and traffic investigation to find long-term safety improvements for the 2 roads. In the short term, revenue from the bill would also fund road signs and extra patrols from WSP. So far, the bill is advancing smoothly through the House, with several witnesses testifying in favor during a Transportation Committee meeting last week, and nobody testifying against.
We like the process that's created in this bill for the 24 counties that are a part of our risk pool. It encourages them to identify early areas of problems and establishes a good process for taking immediate action and then getting to a long-term solution.
Next up, the bill is waiting to be reviewed on the House floor. The bill's Senate counterpart, Senate Bill 6066, is still in committee. But if the bill were to pass on either floor, it would be sent to the other for the next step. Lastly, the bill would be sent to the governor's desk to be signed. Reporting from the newsroom, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And lawmakers in the House have until February 17th to pass the bill.
And if passed, the bill would then move to the next step, the Senate. We'll, of course, keep you updated. And keep it here, because coming up next, a local look at the Super Bowl, from MVP honors to a Tri-City superfan checking off a lifelong dream. The moments that made the Seahawks championship unforgettable is coming up in your sports news after the break.
Ooh.
Whoa, that looks like the Fog movie.
That changed. Yeah, look at that. Live look from our Central Washington outdoor camera at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. That fog really starting to settle in. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert's going to break down your first alert forecast and let you know if we're going to see
finicky fog.
His favorite thing to forecast, fog. We're back after the break.
Thinking about an RV show? Skip it and save some dough. At Broadmoor RV, you get real people, real prices, real service with the same great deals, no show required. Skip the crowds, skip the hidden fees, skip the show, and save some dough at Broadmoor RV, where we make camping fun.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body and leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
Don't wait to improve your sleep. Save big on top mattress brands during the President's Day event. Get savings on trusted Sealy support, the latest innovations from Tempur-Pedic, and the luxurious comfort of Stearns & Foster. Your best night's sleep is waiting. Take advantage of these limited time offers. Visit us today and shop our large display of Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster mattresses during our President's Day event at More Furniture.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
Skiing with incredible views. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. We start off up in the Cascades, where we're in the 20s and 30s, right at 20 for White Pass, 27 degrees for Blewett Pass. Then for the Kittitas Valley, mostly in the 20s. We are seeing some low 30s down towards Manastash Ridge, but 26 for Ellensburg with some of that fog. It could be freezing fog. That could also make the roadways a little bit slick. In the Yakima Valley, most of us in the 20s. We're seeing 31 for Sela, 30 for Grandview, and then for the lower Columbia Basin, right at 30 for the Tri-Cities. I had frost on my windshield this morning. I think a lot of you are probably going to have a shared experience. And then for the Blue Foothills, we are in mostly below freezing, although Walla Walla there in the Walla Walla Valley, a little bit warmer at 38. And for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains, we're seeing 20s and 30. So moral of the story, got to bundle up this morning as you headed out the front door. Okay, here is your day planner forecast for this Tuesday for Hermiston. Getting into the low 40s by the late morning, then mid 40s into the afternoon. A fair mixture of sun and clouds, not as much sun as yesterday, but we'll still see a decent amount. Normal high temperatures going to stick around for the foreseeable future. So for today, going to end up in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 51 for the Tri-Cities, 49 for Walla Walla. Then for tonight, those temperatures are going to resemble what we're seeing for this morning with 20s and 30s out there. And the high temperatures in the Yakima Valley, not really going to budge all that much, staying fairly close to 45 degrees. Pretty normal stuff for this time of the year. Those overnight lows only going to range between 28 to 30, so really not fluctuating at all. But our weather will fluctuate as we head into this weekend. Active weather returning. I'll tell you what that's all about coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Josh. 6:15, talking sports, because we just can't get enough of the Seattle Seahawks. Super Bowl champs once again, defeating the Patriots 29-13.
It's the second Super Bowl victory in Seahawks history, fittingly 12 years since their first Super Bowl win in 2014. Running back Kenneth Walker was named Super Bowl MVP, and Yakima native Cooper Kupp earned his second Super Bowl ring.
In attendance for the game in Santa Clara was Tri-Cities resident Heath Brewster, who told us about his bucket list fantasy being checked off.
Just hanging out all weekend with different people, and I had a great time at the game. It was unbelievable. I'm sure you can imagine what that was like for me. A lifelong dream, and being able to see my team win there in person was just, it was spectacular.
I'm jealous.
I love it so much. He has a name for his costume, doesn't he?
The Sea Squatch?
Is it Sea Squatch? Was that what it was?
I think so. I was going to say Sasquatch, but I'm pretty sure it's the Sea Squatch.
Sea Squatch, yeah. Okay, perfect, yeah.
So the Super Bowl parade will take place in Seattle tomorrow, starting at 11 in the morning.
Yeah, they expect about 1 million people to come out for attendance. They're going to line the streets. The parade's going to go through. I think they're starting or ending at Lumen Field. I can't remember, but they'll do a big Lombardi celebration at the stadium as well. So
and of course, we'll have coverage video about that later on.
And there they were coming home.
Also yesterday, the Seattle Seahawks, the Vince Lombardi Trophy returned home following that Super Bowl win.
And fans, of course, will be able to congratulate them in that parade and at the stadium. So they were selling, that's in air quotes, the tickets were free, but you needed a ticket to go to the celebration at the stadium that they're going to have tomorrow morning.
That makes sense.
But you could be
out there with everyone else,
in just minutes. So I don't even know if people can get them anymore, or if now people are trying to charge for them, or
probably
what the situation is. But
we'll have to look at those prices
I know, I'm
later.
gonna have to check it out, aren't I? But lots of fun, big excitement in downtown Seattle tomorrow.
And keep it here, because coming up next, Josh Colbert is back with that first alert full weather forecast. He's going to be talking about this crazy fog that we're seeing. Look at that. It's eerie and spooky. He's going to break it down in just a few minutes.
Life moves fast. At Frechette Winery, we invite you to slow it down and savor the moment. Join us on Red Mountain for bold, flavorful red wines, a welcoming vibe, and experiences meant to be shared, from relaxed tastings to unforgettable wine and dinner events. Located just minutes from Benton City in West Richland, we're open daily, noon to 5. Come for the wine, stay for the warmth, experience the Frechette vibe. Great wine brings people together, and we'd love to welcome you to Frechette.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist, Dr. Tegan Goodell, is now caring for patients in Prosser and Walla Walla. Dr. Goodell provides advanced care in orthopedic surgery and sports medicine injuries, including surgery of the shoulder, elbow, knee, and ankle. Get back to doing what you love. Call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Some recipes come with a little extra chaos.
Steal some and try it. Oh, that was a big bite.
Memories are made in the kitchen.
Little pinch.
Find the right appliance to make more of them at Breads.
Right now, score big savings on all LG appliances. Whether you're looking for a fridge, dishwasher, or oven, we have the appliances for you in stock, ready to go today. Swing into Fred's Appliance. We're local like you.
Power up, America. The Ford President's Day sales event is here. Save on the vehicles that will take you places, give you a surge of productivity, and a new sense of freedom. So, head to your local Ford dealer, because it's time to get in the driver's seat. Get a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend starting at just $27,800, plus a 2-year maintenance plan. Only at your local Ford dealer.
It's the second largest ski area in Washington, with views to match the awesome skiing.
On a clear day like today, we can see all the way to Canada. It's stunning.
Fly the Northwest.
We are a hidden gem.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next live, Nicholas Braun, plus Bridgerton's Yerin Ha, and we open the Love Inbox.
The Love Inbox.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News.
Forecast going to continue to be just abnormally dry over the next 4 to 5 days. Let's go ahead and show you the atmospheric reasoning behind that. It's because we have this area of high pressure that continues to dominate the Pacific Northwest. When you hear that, think a shield of active weather. And so even though there's some stuff in the Pacific that looks very tantalizing, oh, this is going to bring us rain, well, it's not, because it's going to run into this, and this is going to ultimately fall apart the closer it gets to us. So again, what does that mean? It just means it's going to be dry through Friday. So let's take it back to Tuesday for the Tri-Cities. Obviously a cold start for this morning. We're hovering right around 30 degrees, a lot closer to 40 by 10 a.m. and then getting up around 50 degrees as we head into the afternoon. Mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies. I'm not thinking as much sunshine as yesterday, but still, all in all, a nice day to be outside. Okay, like I said, rain chances going to be bare bones through Friday, but then starting to pick up as we head into the weekend. For now, definitely doesn't look like a washout for lower elevations. In fact, a lot of lower elevation locations going to have to scrap and claw to even pick up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. But with this more active pattern, it's going to be a little bit more of a wintry pattern for the mountains. 4 a.m. on Friday to 4 a.m. next Tuesday, 4 to 5 inches of snow for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass, 6 to 7 inches of snow for Tollgate, 2 to 3 inches for Cabbage Hill and for the Battle Mountain Summit. This is going to be just enough to impact pass travel. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for chain requirements or for pass closures, and definitely we need a lot more snow than this. I'll definitely say that. A lot more for the rest of this winter if we don't start getting some big-time snowfall totals in a hurry. There's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, dry with highs near 50 through Friday, then small rain chances for the weekend. In Yakima, a calm forecast with highs in the mid to upper 40s through Sunday, then maybe a shower by next Monday. For Ellensburg, our dry pattern continues through the work week, a small shower chance for Saturday, then maybe some snow mixing in for Sunday and Monday. In Hermiston, breezy today and Friday, then low in chances for wet weather Saturday through Monday. And finally for Walla Walla, dry through Friday, then maybe, again, picking up around 1/10 of an inch of rain over the weekend.
Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, the official cause of death has been released for beloved actress Catherine O'Hara, shedding new light on the loss of a Hollywood icon. Plus, something strange happening with Bad Bunny after the Super Bowl, singer suddenly wiping his social media clean. Hollywood's latest headlines coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
February is Heart Health Awareness Month. To help keep your heart fit, have regular checkups, and for more information, go to applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Heart Healthy Month, sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Just in time for Valentine's Day. It's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom giveaway, where one lucky winner wins a love collection, including a beautiful flower arrangement and more from the Flower Bar, and this spectacular jewelry from Jewelry Design Center, plus a $200 gift card to a local restaurant. You can make somebody's Valentine's Day extra special. All you need to do is enter to win today and every day on the contest page at applevalleyNewsNow.com. From the Flower Bar, Jewelry Design Center, and Apple Valley News Now.
This is our new home.
Mission control, engine locked.
Call you after.
I'll be right next to you.
Attention viewers, Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Saturday at 9 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time on Sunday, February 22nd at 9 a.m.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway, a place where the views are as good as the company, and the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer, all days, always.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, the official cause of death for actress Catherine O'Hara has been released.
The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office confirming that O'Hara died after suffering from a pulmonary embolism. Rectal cancer was also listed as an underlying cause of that embolism.
The 71-year-old star of Schitt's Creek and Home Alone died on January 30th.
And as Hollywood reflects on the loss of one of its most recognizable stars, the industry itself is facing another pivotal moment, with actors and studios returning to the negotiating table. SAG-AFTRA contract negotiations have started this week for the first time since the 2023 Hollywood strikes.
The current agreement between that group and the Actors Union expires at the end of June, and the contract was the result of a 118-day strike.
SAG-AFTRA's president says artificial intelligence, streaming, and emerging technology remain important issues to the union.
And while those talks could shape the future of film and television, one of music's biggest stars is fueling speculation this morning with a sudden move that has fans searching for answers. So hours after his Super Bowl halftime show, the Puerto Rican singer Bad Bunny deleted almost all of his Instagram account.
His posts are completely gone. He unfollowed everyone and even removed his profile picture. The Grammy winner didn't give his 50 million followers any indication as to why he did it.
Some are speculating he's about to make some sort of announcement. Others think he could be receiving backlash from his performance.
It's not the first time he's done this though, right?
And other artists and celebrities as well. So it's usually before a big announcement and then they like come out with a new album, or sometimes they just get tired and they're like, I need a break. And you know, been there.
Right.
I feel that, yeah. Sometimes you just need to, especially like after doing something like the Super Bowl, like you just need to detox and take some time away. Or a new album.
But we still want answers.
Yeah, because we're
curious.
concerned.
We're curious, yeah.
And concerned.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Umatilla is betting on small business growth with a new downtown project. Coming up, we're going to see how a former post office is being transformed into opportunity for entrepreneurs, and why city leaders say this business incubator could reshape Umatilla's downtown economy. We have those details coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
Our whole family grew up with sports. I've been playing basketball since before I could remember. I got injured playing football. You know, surgery, I had to wait about 2 months just to walk. Dr. Dawson, he's a good man. I'm glad it was him that did my surgery. You know, my knee is feeling a lot better. Due to him, I found myself again.
There was a nice lady who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. I need a bigger house, but with so many choices, who can I trust to help me with a loan? So she called her friends for advice, and they knew exactly what to do.
Yakima Federal helped us when the big bad wolf blew our house down.
They had great service and offered a fantastic rate on our new home construction loan.
And they won't sell your loan to the big bad wolf.
I'll call them tomorrow. Skip the wolves. Trust Yakima Federal with your next home loan. You'll be glad you did.
Life's better when you're under our roof, because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them and teaching the next generation.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, it's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom giveaway, where one lucky winner wins a love collection, including a beautiful flower arrangement and more from the Flower Bar, and this spectacular jewelry from Jewelry Design Center, plus a $200 gift card to a local restaurant. You can make somebody's Valentine's Day extra special. All you need to do is enter to win today and every day on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. From the Flower Bar, Jewelry Design Center, and Apple Valley News Now.
The little pill with a big story to tell.
Jardiance plays a role in my story, too. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well with Jardiance, a once-daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. And if you ask me, it's pretty swell.
Action! Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica DeWall.
I'm Josh Colbert.
A little bit of frost on the windshield this morning. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing
I didn't
wild.
have to get the ice scraper out that I finally have and know where it is. But I mean, a little tiny bit.
A little chilly.
There, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's good that you know where it is now. We'll probably have to break it out again throughout the rest of February, perhaps into March and April as well. But it's definitely not as cold as it could be out there this morning, but it's still cold enough for the ice scraper in to maybe layer up as we're in the 20s and 30s. We'll go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. And it is going to continue to be a fairly inactive pattern for this time of the year. We'll keep it dry for lower elevations through Friday. High temperatures staying normal, but the pattern will turn a little bit more active as we head into the weekend. Definitely, it doesn't look like it's going to be a washout, but at least it's something. Right now, you're looking at a beautiful sky in Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of our very own Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app, and it's encouraging that we're seeing more and more daylight earlier and earlier. All right, fog this morning has been very thick in the Kittitas Valley, also in the Cascades, also for the Blues. But for lower elevations, the Yakima Valley, the lower Columbia Basin, the Blue Foothills, so far, thick, widespread fog just has not come to fruition. Those temperatures like we were talking about, it is cold objectively out there, 25 for Yakima, 30 for the Tri-Cities. A little bit warmer in Walla Walla there in the valley embedded within the Blue Foothills as we're in the upper 30s. Here's your hourly forecast for this Tuesday for the Yakima Valley, specifically for Yakima. We're going to have partly cloudy skies the deeper and deeper into the day we get. Highs in general for lower elevations going to be in the 40s and 50s, and those temperatures going to stick around for the next 7 days. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
We begin this half hour of news in Oregon, where the city of Umatilla is looking to spur local business growth in its downtown area.
Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with city officials about how a new business incubator is expected to help shape future growth.
The city of Umatilla currently has applications open for its business incubator program, which will offer retail and office space at below market rate for new and emerging businesses. The incubator spaces are located in the Umatilla Business Center, a redevelopment of the city's former post office building that is now being renovated as part of a larger effort to bring more activity to the downtown core near the Village Park Square. City officials say the goal is to give entrepreneurs a place to get established, build a customer base, and reinvest in their businesses while keeping startup costs manageable. The city hopes to have its first tenants move in when the business center opens later this spring.
2021 legislative session, we were able to get, through the help of Representative Smith and District 57, we were able to get $1.8 million from the state legislative funds. That gave us the initial seed money to be able to leverage that against some of our COVID money, our ARPA funds. And then we went and also got another grant from federal EDA, the Economic Development Administration.
Stockdale says the incubator is designed to help small businesses strengthen their operations, create local jobs, and bring more economic activity to the community. Plans for the building include several smaller incubator storefronts, along with additional long-term spaces for established tenants upstairs.
Floor will house our incubator program. That's going to be 3 businesses. And then our permanent space upstairs is set up for 2, maybe 3 more as well. Those are going to be your traditional anchor tenants that are here in the building.
City staff say support won't stop at providing space. The program is also intended to connect entrepreneurs with training, professional guidance, and opportunities to collaborate with other local businesses.
We'll also be hosting monthly and quarterly events, whether it's seminars, lunch and learns, for not only our business patrons within the business center, but businesses around Umatilla to come in, learn, network, and grow their business.
Umatilla city leaders tell me that business incubator projects are a great way for smaller communities to grow their business culture. And other smaller communities near Umatilla, like Irrigan, are also doing similar incubator projects.
Really excited for Irrigan and what they have going on, and they're going to have a great facility at the end of the year, it looks like. And for small towns like us, this is really one of the best local economic development tools that we can have.
City leaders say they hope the new business center will attract entrepreneurs, increase foot traffic downtown, and create long-term opportunities for growth. In Umatilla, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And now officials say that the incubator program runs on a 3-year timeline.
And they're hoping to hold a ribbon-cutting ceremony in early May. And we'll, of course, keep you updated. And keep it here, because coming up next, you may not be chasing Olympic gold or competing for Team USA.
I'd love to be, though.
Also, getting in your best shape ever is still within reach. Straight ahead, simple tips to train smarter, stay healthy, and build a fitness routine that actually lasts. We're talking health headlines after the break.
Maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222. From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting them to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture. Skyrizi is the only IL-23 inhibitor proven to help achieve remission, meaning few to no symptoms in just 4 weeks for some people. Many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 4 years. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help visibly repair damage of the intestinal lining.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Now's the time to take control of your Crohn's. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Apple Valley News Now congratulates the Seahawks Super Bowl 60 champions. Thank you to our viewers for following the Hawks to the Bay Area with live coverage on Apple Valley News Now. ABC and Apple Valley News Now, your home for Super Bowl 61. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Next live, Nicholas Braun, plus Bridgerton's Yerin Ha, and we open the Love Inbox.
The Love Inbox. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's your day planner forecast for this Tuesday for Pendleton. It's definitely cold out there for this morning. We're seeing temperatures are around 30 degrees. That's a good rule of thumb, but around 40 by the late morning by 10 a.m. and then getting into the mid 40s as we head into the afternoon with partly cloudy skies. Not as sunny as yesterday, but still in general, I think it's going to be a pretty decent day to be outside. And high temperatures normal, fairly normal for the beginning to middle portions of February. So let's go ahead and take you on a zone by zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in the Cascades where we're going to be in the 30s, partly cloudy skies, also partly cloudy for the Kittitas Valley. These highs going to be in the low to mid 40s for the Yakima Valley, a little bit warmer, mid to upper 40s, also partly cloudy, and we will have some gusts today across the map in general, anywhere between 15 to 25 miles per hour. I think for the Yakima Valley, the gustiest portion is probably going to be the lower valley. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, highs around 50, mostly cloudy skies. For the Blue Foothills, partly cloudy, mid to upper 40s, and then for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains, will end up in the 30s and 40s. Also going to be that decent mixture of sunshine and clouds. For tonight, overnight low is going to drop down into the 20s and 30s. Pretty similar stuff to what we're experiencing for this morning. And then in terms of the high temperatures over the next 7 days in the Tri-Cities, staying fairly tethered to 50 degrees. So no real ebbs or flows. And then in terms of the overnight lows, bouncing anywhere between 29 to 34. So also not a whole lot of fluctuations for our lows. But our weather will fluctuate a little bit as we head into the weekend, a more active pattern. I'll tell you what that could entail coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. Looking at health news this morning, where fewer than 3,000 athletes from more than 90 nations are going for the gold in this year's Winter Olympic Games. But of course, that's not a stage that most people will be competing on.
Speak for yourself. Just kidding. Right? No, if you haven't reached elite Olympic status, you can still win when it comes to your own health. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a sports medicine doctor about how to train like an Olympian.
You may not make Olympic history like Layla Edwards or ski for Team USA, but don't let that dash your dreams of being in the best shape possible.
It's very inspiring to see elite athletes who work so hard to get to the world's greatest stage in sports. And it's very natural for everyday people to watch it and be inspired.
Dr. George Elderry with Orlando Health says even if you're not an Olympian, you can win good health with hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. But if you're just starting out, he says, take it slow.
I think too many people jump into something that's a little too intense for what their capabilities and what their athletic background is, and that's where you run into your risk of injuries.
Next, El Dury says to dedicate a certain time of day to moving your body, then slowly add to it, building up to a sustainable routine. And be consistent. Olympians aren't just preparing every once in a while. He says the general recommendation is 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week and 2 to 3 days of strength training with resistance.
So we're working on getting our body stronger and then working on our, our aerobic capacity and our ability to be fit.
El Dury says staying hydrated, maintaining a healthy sleep schedule, and having a healthy, balanced diet are also key.
High-performing athletes, they're like sports cars. They need premium fuel.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And experts say it's also important to listen to your body. They say to expect soreness and muscle burn and fatigue as you're starting out in a new exercise routine.
And they also stress not to push through a lot of pain because that can just increase your risk of injury. We don't want that.
Yeah, and remember to stretch, especially as you get older.
Listen to your body.
Yeah. And keep it here because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all coming up in just a few minutes.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home.
I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
Just like you,
we're planning for our future.
And I care about making a difference.
We're here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at Hapo today.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Even if your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can feel the flow, feel the breeze. And Dupixent helps them feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Dupixent is the only biologic therapy approved to treat kids as young as 6 months for noticeably clearer skin and less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent. Help heal their skin from within so they can stay ahead of eczema. Find an eczema specialist and ask about Dupixent today.
This President's Day, upgrade every room for less at More Furniture. With sofas starting at $395, beds starting at $195, and mattresses starting at $329. We have styles for every budget. Plus, enjoy free delivery and 0% financing with no money down for 61 months. Shop the President's Day sale today at a More Furniture store near you or shop now at morefurniture.com.
Skiing with incredible views. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our forecast is going to go back to being abnormally dry, at least through the work week, but as we head into the weekend, it gets a little bit more interesting. Okay, here's the atmospheric lay of the land. We have this high pressure that continues to impact the Pacific Northwest, so that is shielding us from these storm systems off the Pacific, which do look tantalizing, and you would think that these would end up bringing us some beneficial rainfall, but these are going to fall apart because of this. Low pressure hates high pressure. Okay, let's take it back to today. Here is your day planner forecast for Yakima. Going to be around 40 by the time we get into the late morning, mid 40s into the afternoon. A mixture of sun and clouds, not as much sunshine as yesterday. And then we'll continue to keep the forecast dry. For the Yakima Valley, it looks as if we'll keep it dry straight through the weekend. A low end chance for some rain for the beginning of the next work week, but just knowing the Kittitas Valley and the lower Columbia Basin, and especially for the Bluefoot Hills, we could have some low-end chances of precip for Saturday and Sunday. So in general, the weather turning a little bit more active for this weekend and also turning a little bit more wintry for the mountains. 4 a.m. on Friday to 4 a.m. next Tuesday, 4 to 5 inches of snow for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass, 6 to 7 inches for Tollgate, and then a little bit less than that for Cabbage Hill and for the Battle Mountain Summit. This is a preliminary forecast. It is subject to change, but just know, well, number one, we need a lot more snowfall than this up in the mountains, but number two, if this does verify, this would be enough to impact past travel. Okay, here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Will be dry with highs near 50 through Friday, then small rain chances for the weekend. For Yakima, calm forecast with highs in the mid to upper 40s through Sunday, then maybe a shower by next Monday. For Ellensburg, our dry pattern continues through the work week. A small shower chance for Saturday, and then maybe some snow mixing in for Sunday and Monday. For Hermiston, breezy today and Friday, then low-end chances for wet weather Saturday through Monday. And finally for Walla Walla, dry through Friday, then maybe picking up around 1/10 of an inch if we're lucky over the weekend. Okay, now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the question every Super Bowl player wants to hear.
Sam Darnold and Kenneth Walker III. You and the Seattle Seahawks had just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do next? We're going to Disneyland!
And this morning, we're taking you with them to the happiest place on earth.
Super Bowl champions. Has a nice ring to it, right? Getting used to that yet?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I haven't really. Not yet. It still hasn't sunk in just yet.
I'm still trying to, process everything.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more with these Super Bowl champs at Disneyland. Plus, we're revealing behind-the-scenes secrets from Bad Bunny's halftime show, including what it was like to be a tree performer. With your GMA First Look, I'm Whit Johnson, ABC News, Anaheim.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. So girls' days are better. Game days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Do more with less asthma. Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Now, the morning sprint.
6:52, time for your morning sprint and the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. First up, a dispute is unfolding in Franklin County over whether county officials with concealed carry permits should be allowed to bring guns into the courthouse. The debate intensified after Commissioner Stephen Bauman revealed he received a death threat and asked Superior Court judges for permission to carry a firearm inside the courthouse, a request that was denied. Now, under current rules, only law enforcement and private security may be armed inside the courthouse. It's a policy rooted in a 1974 bombing that killed a Franklin County judge.
And the suspect accused in a fatal crash during a police chase in Pasco made his first court appearance yesterday. Authorities say 18-year-old Pedro Ruiz refused to stop for police and drove onto I-182, where he crashed head-on into another car, and the driver of that car, 57-year-old Maria Mendoza of Grandview, was killed at the scene. Police suspected Ruiz was driving under the influence at the time of the chase, and the crash remains under investigation. Ruiz is scheduled to return to court on February 12th.
And voters in Yakima and Benton counties are weighing in on a series of school and park-related ballot measures in a special election. Across multiple school districts, voters are deciding on levies, bonds, and funding proposals, along with a park district issue. Election officials are reminding voters that these races often come down to just a few hundred votes, urging everyone to get their ballots turned in by the deadline tonight at 8 p.m.
And lawmakers are advancing legislation aimed at improving safety on two of central Washington's most dangerous highways. The proposal would create designated crash prevention zones and add an extra fee to speeding and crash-related citations in those areas. That money would fund traffic studies, engineering improvements, road signs, and increased patrols. The bill is moving through the legislature with a similar version still under review in the Senate.
And Kennewick City leaders have approved a new Parks and Recreation Special Events Grant Program aimed at creating a cleaner, more transparent process for waiving event-related fees. The program sets eligibility standards and a scoring system to help decide which community events receive support. City staff say the goal is to help new events get started. Officials say long-running events will still be supported under existing policies.
Trending now this morning, so we know that children can often engage in pretend play like hosting imaginary tea parties or playing with make-believe objects, but now researchers are saying that humans aren't the only ones doing that.
So this new study examined whether great apes can engage in pretend play. The research focused on a bonobo named Kanzi, who took part in a series of controlled experiments.
In one test, researchers pretended to pour juice into empty cups and asked Kanzi where the juice was. He chose the correct cup 68% of the time.
In another task, Kanzi correctly chose real juice over imaginary juice in most trials. So smart.
I know.
They need to release video of that. I would love to see that. It's so fun to watch, I don't know, monkeys do their thing. Yeah, monkeying around. Love it. It's always interesting. And they're always finding new things, so keep the studies coming.
I know, they're wild, aren't they?
So wild,
Yeah.
but don't keep the rain coming.
Well, I was going to say, juxtaposed with that, we did the movie review, and there's the...
the
primate movie?
Monkeys. I like nice little juice drinking
I did
monkeys.
like the Rise of the Planet of the Apes movies. Those were good, but I will let you guys know how that movie is.
You are a special person.
As long as the knowledge ceiling is just little tea parties.
Way.
All right, get us out the door this morning. What can we expect?
Yeah, we can expect, well, some very thick fog this morning in the Kittitas Valley. You see our map just updated to the bullseye right over Ellensburg. For Yakima, for the Tri-Cities, for Walla Walla, so far so good with the visibility. We'll see how it pans out throughout the rest of the morning. And obviously some fog up in the mountains as well. Temperatures, yes, it is cold, 26 for Ellensburg, which, by the way, that would make that freezing fog, so watch out for some slick spots on the roadways. 30 for the Tri-Cities, above freezing, though, for Walla Walla, as we're at 38. Here's your hourly forecast for this Tuesday for the Tri-Cities. Going to see a decent mixture of sunshine and clouds for today. Not as much sun as yesterday, but I think all in all, objectively, a decent day to be outside, as we'll end up being partly to mostly cloudy, highs getting into the 40s and 50s. A lot of days that are going to look just like this throughout the work week, but as we head into the weekend, like clockwork, looks as if those rain chances are going to start to pick back up.
Sweater weather, multiple sweater weather, coats and parkas and boots and
maybe some
moon
flannels.
boots. Oh yeah, for National Flannel Day. That'd be cute.
Throw your flannel on.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America's up next. We're back tonight with your local news and weather.
Have a great day.